incontinence moments. Today there are two situations where I was tempted to wet my pants. Did you ever see Johnny Walker underwater Romaniacs trapped underneath his bike? Thankfully, a photographer jumped in to help him. I have a nasty little phobia about this. Trapped underwater and hoping the next rider pulls the bike off me before I drown. There are two situations on this ride that triggered my phobia very nicely. But first, check out this track. Slippery, off-camber, and a few off-camber logs. I had a lot of trouble on this log the first time. Today, no problems. Nice. Problem number one. This big tree root has been notched to provide traction. This should prevent the bike and rider slipping into the creek, but there's clay on the track too. Oh, for fuck's sake. The other guys hit this with speed and avoided the drama. Oh, fuck it. I might need a hand, mate. No, I will need a hand. Just what I was worried about last week. Yeah, a bit of speed, that could have been nasty.
Yeah, your bike would certainly drown.
Yeah. But I automatically imagined myself sliding down, the bike trapping me underwater, and I drown while everyone stands above me laughing. Thanks, mate. I'll come back and spot you.
Lack of skills giving you the shits.
Our toilet bike will take all the crap you can dish out and rectify the problem.
You will be flushed with success at your improved speed.
Let's see how Scott handles it. It's only bad when you get to here. But if you hit that notch, it'll definitely hold the wheel.
Yep.
That's it. So you're okay? Let me think. So the rears, do you want me to hold the front? Because you'll need to lift the rear so you get on that notch. Okay, so just let me know what you want to do. Down here in case she goes. So that's the worry. Are you ready for me to pull it up? No. There we go. Yeah, should be right. Woohoo! I wonder if Scott would normally just ride over that tree root with no problems. I probably slowed him down and actually made the situation more difficult. Our next problem? The bridge. It's wet. Several planks have broken screws and are now completely loose, and there are planks completely missing at the end of the bridge. Again, there's the small chance of falling and being trapped underwater by the bike. Not my favourite outcome. Woohoo! 0 problems.
Life is like a rolling toilet paper. You're either on a roll or taking shit from some asshole.
These little phobias are interesting. Since the spine fracture, I get anxious on steep descents nowadays. Sometimes I walk the bike down steep slopes that I used to ride down. And I get a bit anxious when there's even the slightest chance of being trapped underwater. This is probably due to almost drowning in my surfing days. find this stuff very interesting at the moment, sadly, because of a recent death. I won't go into any details yet, but I was involved in a ride where a guy had a fairly basic accident but died immediately on impact. Me and 2 riding buddies were first at the scene and went through CPR until the paramedics finally arrived. Death has a way of really making you think about the big questions. How much risk should I take to get my thrills when riding? Do I have enough protective gear? In a potentially risky situation, should I just hit the throttle and ignore the anxiety? I faced all these questions after my spine fracture and even did a few videos about it. And this recent death has raised all those questions again. I don't think there is any easy answer. It will be different for each person, and it may take a few years to work out the correct answers. But when I feel a bit of anxiety about a difficult obstacle or track, I don't ignore it. Oh, I buggered that up. And if my riding buddies have a joke and say something like, "Come on, grow a pair and just do it," I just ignore it and refuse to feel any pressure. Do you have any scenarios that worry you more than the average rider? What caused it? How do you deal with it? Keen to hear about your experiences.